another thing is you only start thinking clearly when you are eating healthy, putting good foods into your body, getting exercise, getting sunlight, grounding your feet in the dirt, getting by the water if you can to clear your mind, putting your feet in the sand, doing things that bring you joy, dancing, cooking a good meal, stretching. So like this poem too that I wrote about caffeine. And yes, caffeine is affecting me in good and positive and negative ways, but the negative ways are not as intense as what they were before when my nervous system was deregulated and I wasn't exercising and getting sunlight and all of these things, right? So now that my nervous system feels more regulated and I've gone through all these ascension symptoms, I feel like when I drink caffeine, yeah, it'll give me some ADHD for an hour, let's say, but it's not intense. Like, it's like my thoughts going of like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and like just being fast, right? But it's not where it's like overwhelming me and causing me to have these thoughts that are negative. No, it's getting me to think in a positive way of like, okay, I'm gonna get this done, this is gonna be good, and not acting from a place of fear. The only time I feel fearful is when I question that, oh, is this going to have a bad effect on me? Is this going to affect me poorly? Like, did I make the right decision? And now I'm beginning to stop that and be like, no, I chose this, I drank this, enjoy it for what it is. Don't allow fear to dictate how you feel about it when those feelings are not arising. And anxiety and all that stuff, I'm not really getting anxiety on it unless I start thinking about that it's going to make me feel bad. If I don't think that it's going to make me feel bad, then all it does is boost my mood in the sense of it boosts my mood by giving me the energy so that I can do the things that I like doing. So that's the thing about caffeine right now, is that it's helping me in terms of raising my mood and everything that I said in the poem that I don't want to get into. But so that's why I'm choosing to take it. If it gets to a point where it's damaging me and I lose self-control over it, then I'm going to have to question and go off of it again. But for right now, it's just helping me in the ways that I want it to help me. Even though it's a quote-unquote substance, like what I said, I feel like if you, in this way, if you do this one in moderation, so for example with caffeine, you have to look at what the benefits are, but also what the consequences are. So for example, with caffeine, they say it ruins your stomach lining. However, I think that's only true if you are drinking it on an empty stomach. Whereas if you have food, then I think that's okay on your stomach lining or not as harsh, which is just my opinion. However, I don't know if that's true, right? And then also with caffeine, like if you have a cup, and usually people have like huge sizes of a coffee or whatever, right, in the morning, and it causes you to crash after. And that's probably because you're on an empty stomach and because you're having such a big dose of it straight to your system. So for me, I'm just having like this tiny cup, so I don't feel that crash because I'm already an energetic person. However, when I first wake up in the morning, I need a little bit of time to wake up. So I go for that caffeine after eating so that I can wake up faster. But if I gave myself time, after my energy would come and I'd be blah, blah, blah in fast mode, right? But because I want that quote unquote quick fix and to wake up faster so I can get more things done and not wait for my mind to wake up, that's why I've been having it. So if I get to a point where I overuse it, that's when I have to question whether it's worth it or not, right? If it gets to a point where this one cup doesn't work and then I need more and more and more, then I have to question, okay, should I keep doing this? I've already kind of gone up to 2 cups and I'm questioning that as well. Like, oh, am I going to go up to that 3rd cup or am I going to stay at the 2 cups? Because the way I see it is like, if it's this cup and another small cup, then that's like 1 regular cup basically, right? But again, I'm justifying it for myself. But it's like, that's the problem, is that people take something and then they overuse it and they'll have like 5, 6, 7 cups of coffee a day, and then they're wired and having this constant feeling of going up and then crashing, going up and then crashing, which is not good for them. So it's like everything in moderation, right? Or however, for example, with alcohol, that's poison that you're putting in your body. So it's not even worth it in moderation because you're poisoning your brain. So for example, with bud, people have been using that for centuries as a way to tap into spirituality. However, we don't know if it's good spirits or bad spirits that we're tapping into. Are we really tapping into a higher consciousness? That we don't know about. But my experience with it, I felt like I was connected to spirituality and connected to creation and getting messages on what was my highest timeline. creating, doing my poetry, all of these things, right? So I feel like it was a meeting of tapping into the divine creation. No, I don't need this. Take it. Take it. I don't need it. Take it. The problem is that I was overusing it. I was using it every day to regulate everything, make me happy hormones, make me feel peace, make me feel calmness. It started to become a crutch instead of being used as like a ritualistic approach, like once a month or once every 6 months or once a year. That's when it should be used. And the most natural ones, not the ones that have all these chemicals in it. Just like, for example, mushrooms, right? Mushrooms is something that you cannot overuse or it won't work. But if you use it once every 6 months or once a year, the things that you tap into, you do tap into things that are behind the veil, things that exist in another dimension that are all around us, but because of the vessel that we're in, we're not able to see those things. So in that sense, yeah, that is worth it to tap into something like that and to experience that. It's just that you cannot overuse something that is natural from nature, like I told you, the mushrooms and bud, those stuff are natural. So it's actually from creation. So that's why they're quote unquote okay to use in moderation in once a blue moon. Whereas alcohol was created and a substance that has all these things in it that's not good for you, that's poison. So that's why it's not worth it to use those things. So it's like, yeah, just pay attention to what can help you to reach a higher state of consciousness. But the most important thing is the natural way, right? Stay away from most stuff and just do things that are natural and do those things once in a blue moon to tap into something that you're not seeing.